Okay, so last night after bedtime, I went crazy with my scribbles, continuing to organize this year's school curriculum. So, what I did find or look further into is that we're covering 3 poets this year. So, that's cool. Each term is going to have a different poet. Each term is going to have a different focus as far as geography concepts. The timeline I already had seen. It's 1000 AD through Middle Ages. And there's 2 biographies, Little Duke and Joan of Arc, which that's really exciting. And then for nature study, we're covering invertebrates in the summer and fall. And then in the winter, we're covering rocks, minerals, and soil. In the spring, we're covering fish. And these are in a rotation. So we'll do this year, the next year something else. I think there's 4 in the rotation, which is really cool because the stuff that we learned last year, what was it? I know it was Brook, River, Ocean, gardens, weeds and flowers, and reptiles. We'll do that again in 2 or 3 years, and they're going to be able to grasp so much more in 2 or 3 years about those things. So it's great that you touch on it over and over again. It's not like we did reptiles in 1st grade and we're never doing it again. No, we'll do it again in 4th grade, and you're going to learn so much more because you're going to be more capable of learning so much more, which is just cool. I like that. So this year, that's the nature study. And wanted to tell you guys that there are so many free books online. It's amazing. Last year, this was online for free, Our Island Story, and it still is. It's on the Baldwin Project. You can find so many books for free. The Burgess Bird book was on there. The Burgess Animal book is on there. And there was several more. Let me see what I found. This Country of Ours, A Child's History of the World. Okay, no. A Child's History of the World, the Joan of Arc, are the only 2 from history that were not free online already. So I'm going to be looking online for free for those, which is great. I already have the links copied and pasted in my little online school note in my phone. So I'll just read it off the phone, which is fine for these because they're like this and there's no pictures. So yeah, I like having it. It's great. But, you know, literally there's like 1 picture every now and then. No, this doesn't have pictures. Online for this book, there'll be a picture every now and then. So the actual book doesn't have pictures, but the website does. So that's interesting. So all my history books, I'm just going to read for free online, not even try to find them in the library. They actually didn't have that in the library, so I ended up buying it just to build our library. And then we do already own The Story of the World, all 4 volumes, so I'm not sure if A Child's History of the World is something I can exchange for that, like read that instead of that. I'm gonna ask my amazing history teacher friend. So then Tree in the Trail and Seabird by Holling C. Holling. I didn't even check if that was free online. It probably isn't, but I would like to own that, and I would like to see if they have them at the library because there's such beautiful illustrations, and I want to sit and like look at the maps together. That's going to be really hard on the phone to be like looking at the maps. It's better to like cozy up on the sofa and read that together. It's a great story filled with geography concepts. So that's really neat. And then all the literature books, I'm going to go ahead and check at the library first. And then, because there's so many, if they're not at the library, then I'll check if they're free online. And if they're not, then at that point, I'll figure out if I'm going to purchase them or not. I'll have to buy them, you know, probably not all at once, but we'll see. Maybe all at once. And then I want to invest in some new art supplies, a Spanish curriculum, which is recommended by Charlotte Mason, some handwriting paper, as well as, that's it. That's all I'm going to buy, which is really great. I already have everything else I need. And then the library, it's going to be awesome for nature study. You know, I have my huge nature study handbook, but I can also go to the library and get every book on invertebrates and let them chow down, you know. And then in the winter, every book on rocks and minerals and soil, and we can do so much. We can do experiments with this stuff. We can do our nature study sketching. In the spring when it's fish, Daddy can take them fishing and we can look at the fish, you know, like it's gonna be really fun. So that's really exciting. And then of course the poetry, we can go to the library and just get a bunch of poetry books by Walter de la Mare, Eugene Field, Christina Rossetti. Walter de la Mare, don't know where he's from. Could be Italian or Spanish. So we can also look up poetry online very easily. So it's really, really awesome that homeschooling so far is next to free for me, because we've already got, I'll probably need to invest in the next Matthew C book, somewhere in the middle of the curriculum, as well as the Hooked on Phonics. I'll probably need to invest in the next level of that, somewhere in the middle of it all. But right now, all I really need is like new construction paper, like handicraft supplies, you know, art supplies, a sketch pad, and the Spanish curriculum. And everything else was free online, and I'm hoping I can find the rest at the library. So Charlotte Mason, woo! And, you know, you can even go about it differently. There's a bunch of suggestions of things to purchase on her ambleside.online.org. She'll say you can purchase it here. There's a lot of Kindle stuff that you can purchase. I know that you can get the entire second year of all these poets' poems for free on there. But I think it's fine for me to just go about it my own way, get everything I can from the library and on other online resources for free. But it's only $3.50 also, so if you want to do that, do it. In the meantime, I've got to read this because we haven't read it yet, and this is done from year 1. We have 3 weeks till school starts. We're going to be fine. So we're going to read Viking Tales, the whole thing. We also need to catch up to chapter 22 on here, and we're on chapter 17, so that's fine. In 3 weeks, we can easily do that. I want us to finish, where are the other books? I want us to finish These Happy Golden Years, so we can just cross that off the list. We're done with all the Little House books. We need to finish the Burgess Bird book for children, and then we will have read everything we were supposed to read for year 1 and start new for year 2. Something I did that I messed up year 1 that I will not do year 2, and I just do this every time I go to the library. I go crazy. I want to get everything that's good. And when I do that, then it interferes with what I need to be reading to accomplish everything that's in the curriculum. So this year, all these awesome additional books for reading that I'm like, ooh, I want to read every single one, I'm going to ignore that and maybe make that our summer reading list for next summer, so that I don't find myself 3 weeks before the next semester starts having to finish the stuff I should have read last semester, you know? So I'm gonna focus on the curriculum, and when we go to the library, I'm gonna focus on nature study and poetry and literature that is in the curriculum. And then if and when we finish stuff early, we can get some additional books for free reading on the list, because I can go crazy very easily at the library. So that's where I'm at right now. In the next couple of weeks, I'll be ordering the Spanish curriculum and shopping for the art supplies, and probably making a trip to the library to look through the entire list of the literature books and the other things we need. And that's it.